So the meeting was yesterday, the 4 hour, 15-minute meeting with one 5 minute break in the middle. Um, it was so much fun. Holy hell, it was so much fun. That was like the most fun I've had in a long time. And it was a work meeting, right? Like we're all on the clock, we're working, and it was so much fun to get to collaborate with them. And it was very, like, kind of surprising how kind of surprising, and at the same time I'm like surprised that I'm surprised. Like each of us brought something so unique to that table. There was me and two other people, and there were three of us contributing something completely unique from our own point of view. And it was like everything that everybody said added to the overall picture of like what we were discovering together. And that, like, no one person like had the answers. Like we all had our own perspective, and when those three perspectives were voiced, it wove itself together into something that was like effortlessly harmonious. So it was just really good. It was so good. And it was like I was definitely cranky in the morning before, and I did my live stream, and that was really good. And I ended up actually talking about the first part where, like, sometimes you don't feel good and you, like, quote unquote, can't transmute it, you can't shift it. And the acceptance piece of like, what if you're not supposed to? Like, that felt so good to realize. And then I ended up like including it on the live stream and like got some good resonance from the folks on there, and that felt really good to be able to share that with them. Like, to me it felt like coming to that realization within myself felt like such a huge permission slip to like let myself off the hook for how I was feeling, like a little bit cranky, a little bit on edge. Like, that's not wrong. Like, it felt like another level of like deconditioning out of my cultural beliefs that you have to be nice. You have to like be all smiley and bubbly, and like that's how you be good in the world. And yesterday, like I said, like when I don't have when I'm edgy like that, when I'm, just a little bit lower in my energy, like I don't really have the energy to make it sound nice, to like put a whole lot of like effort into softening my delivery. And so I didn't. And it was fine. It was completely fine. And if anything, I think we were able to cover so much more ground and come to a more harmonious consensus because I wasn't adding in a bunch of stuff that was only there because I wanted them to like me. I didn't have the effort to try to make them like me. I could just be honest. That's all I had the energy for. I didn't have the energy to make them like me. And honestly, I think it made it even better. I honestly do. Like, obviously I didn't live through the meeting like with my normal energy, so I have nothing to compare what actually happened to, but I feel like it was better. I feel like it was yeah, like just that much more like cutting to the chase, getting to the point. Um I didn't I didn't fret at all, like while I was giving them my perspective. Like, each of us took turns. I would say, if I even did like probably less than a third of the talking, but those two were the decision makers. So mostly I need their opinions, and my perspective is valid and they want it. And so I did a lot of talking too, but they're the ones that ultimately need to decide and take ownership of what we're doing. So yeah, but every time I would share my perspective, I just said what it was. I just told the truth about what I thought and what my experience has led me to see and believe. And they were so open and receptive to what I said, and like very contemplative, and took it in, and like didn't act at all like, oh, your tone's too harsh, I can't listen to you. Like, That's what I have in the back of my mind when I spend the energy to soften my delivery. I am legit trying to be liked by softening my delivery and making my voice easier to listen to. Like I am, what's that word? Orchestrating a listenable experience. I am kind of like manipulating a little bit. Like when you really think about like trying to get people to like you is trying to manipulate them into having a particular reaction, you know? Like it's a very manipulative behavior to try to make yourself more palatable so other people can like being around you. Gosh, and I do that all the time. All the time. And that's probably my biggest takeaway of this whole experience was, yesterday morning I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I need to transmute this. What am I going to do? How am I going to like clean up my energy? How am I going to shift this? I don't think I have enough time. Oh no, now I'm stressed out about I can't fix my energy. So it's like I want it to be. And then I went and I had what was probably an even better experience, definitely a lot more authentic experience, and like building that much more of an authentic relationship with each of them where they could see my truth and they could react to my truth. So, meaning I get to see, how they resonate with me, not with my like cultivated expression or my like curated expression. That's the word I'm trying to say. Yes, like curating, like, okay, how would it be nice for other people to take this in? And so I'll speak slower and I'll soften my voice. I'll, yeah, mostly slow down is what I try to do to make it easier to listen to. But like, what if you just say what's real? What if you just say what's true? And either they can take it or leave it, but like you said what was true. And if they don't like it or if they don't resonate with it, I was totally okay with that. And in this situation, it was obviously like probably the perfect practicing ground because my ego was very much checked out of the process. Like, I am not the decision maker. I have no agenda. I have no dog in this fight. Like, these are your decisions to make. I am here as a facilitator to help bring the information together and help facilitate the discussion so that we can reach a decision and move forward. That's my job. I don't care what you decide as far as like, do you like my perspective? Do you not like my perspective? Like, it's not me at the end of the day that has to take credit for what we're putting out into the world. It's you guys. So, like, having my ego out of the process, I think was very helpful as far as like, again, I wasn't worried about making them like me or not. And I think that is very much like coming out of my ego. Like it hurts my ego's feelings when people don't like me or when they don't resonate or, they don't understand what I'm saying or they don't appreciate it. They don't think it's valuable. They think it's stupid, whatever. That hurts my ego's feelings. And so my ego, I think, is the one that's like curating my expression to be as likable as it can be so that the ego can get nice, sweet feedback about how awesome I'm doing. And yesterday, there was just none of that. There was just honest Carly with the life that she's lived and the experiences that she's had and the conclusions that that's caused her to make. And they were so receptive, so receptive, so contemplative about taking in what I offered and really chewing on it. I saw so many seeds, like so many brand new seeds of potential get planted inside of each of them with what I said. Like it was incredible. It was incredible. I left that 4 hour plus meeting on such a high. I was like so wired last night. I came home, I was like, it was like an hour and a half drive home. So, like, after the long meeting, then I got to drive home. And it was like this mixture of like exhaustion because truly it was a long day. It was a lot in one day, but also wired and so excited and so excited for the future of this project. Like that meeting worked wonders on filling me full of inspiration. And I'm just so excited So, so excited to see what all is going to come out of this.